Hello everyone, welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez, spiritual intuitive and oracle, and I'm here with my weekly oracle message. And this is going to be a message for the collective and all of those who find themselves here for the week of November 29th, 2021. So before I go into anything, I like to just give it a few moments and allow everyone to connect, to see that I'm live, and to also provide some feedback to let me know how the quality is before I actually go on. Okay, so just bear with me for a few moments here. Hello, Flo. Welcome, beautiful goddess. Thank you so much for being here. How's the quality of sound for you on your end, as well as video? Is everything good? And how are you? I hope well. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for that feedback. So as long as it's good. Hi, Dawn. Welcome, beautiful. Thank you for being here. Happy Moon Day to you as well. Can you hear everything okay? Jillian, welcome, gorgeous. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. And if all is good, I'm going to go ahead and start sharing. Rosa Maria, welcome, beautiful. Thank you for being here. Perfect, Dawn. Wonderful, Jillian. Thank you so much. I love you. So how are you all feeling? Today's been very interesting energetically. So yeah, just want to check in and see how you all are feeling. If you feel like sharing. And I apologize because you might hear Aura in the background losing her mind and throwing a temper tantrum because she wants to be outside, and I think my husband's outside doing the leaves, so we can't let her out right now. So she sees him, and I hear it, like she's throwing a temper tantrum. So yeah, funny. Okay, I think I may have gotten it. Hope I got it. Chaos. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh no. Well, I have a special surprise for all of you today. I had that feeling, and I actually will. I'll share my own experiences. You know, what I'm feeling intuitively and obviously energetically. And I was actually guided to bring forward a light language transmission today, which was completely unexpected. So that is going to hopefully assist with that chaotic, conflicting energy that some of us may be feeling at this time, okay? I'm so sorry, though. So sorry. Yes, I'm so happy that you were able to make it as well, Rosemaria. All right, so let me just do the rundown for anybody who might be new to my page and finding themselves here for the first time. Welcome and thank you for being here. I do hope that you enjoy your time and that the information that comes forward does really help you in some way or another. Every Monday, or so long as I do intend to try to be here every Monday or Moon Day, I try to go live to bring forward a message of insight, guidance, and even some sort of, energetic assistance as well, to really help us all through the energy of the week, to give us a bit of a awareness as to what the energetic theme is or what might be going on. That gives us that awareness to go in flow and to move fluidly. And that's actually going to be the theme the theme of the week, to move fluidly through the energy versus kind of struggling against it and having no awareness as to what is going on, and just feeling as though, you're sinking versus floating. So that's why I do these readings. I utilize my own intuitive abilities. I am an energy sensitive as well, so I do pick up a lot energetically, intuitively, and also utilizing oracle cards. So you'll be seeing that here. Normally I talk about news and announcements and anything that I might have going on here as far as workshops or events, offers. I usually talk about that between myself, Magical Me here, and my sister business, Oracles of the Light. I'm actually not going to be doing any news and announcements today because of the light language transmission that wants to come through, which I'll talk more about when we get there. I really want to have more time and focus on that today. And then I talk about my energy or empathy forecast, and that is a way for me to discuss what I have been feeling energetically as an energy sensitive or clairsentient. I really do tune into everything that's going on around me, as well as even what's going on in the cosmos. And so I'll talk a little bit about that, what I'm sensing, and then I also do take that opportunity to discuss any astrological events that might be going on for this particular week. That might have an impact on us that we need to be aware of. So I'll discuss that. Then I pull the Moon Day message utilizing oracle cards, bring forward that interpretation. And then afterwards, I usually do a mudra. And I'll explain more about mudras when we get there. But probably after the mudra, I would say, unless I get the guidance to do it right after the oracle message, I'll probably bring that light language transmission through then. All right. So welcome, Catherine. Thank you so much for being here. And anything that anyone misses or can't hang on for, don't worry about that. Everything will be available on replay. I do also share these on my YouTube video channel. So that is Magical Me or Jamie Mendez. Okay. Carmela, welcome, gorgeous. Thank you for being here. Heather, you made it. Welcome, gorgeous. I know this is a really funny time for you, so I'm glad you were able to make it. Vicky, welcome, love. Oh, I'm so happy you could all be here today. Love it. All right, so I'm going to skip the news and announcements today. There's not a whole lot to discuss anyway. I want to dive right on into this energy forecast and talk about what is going on. What I'm feeling anyway is I'm not the end-all, say-all. I'm just going to share my personal experiences and perspective. So happy Moon Day to you as well. Yeah, multitasking. There you go. All right, so, goodness, where to begin? I think I want to talk about the major astrological event right now, actually, because it really does then go into explaining the energy part of it. So this coming Saturday or Friday, I guess it really just depends upon where you're at in the world and the actual time that it does align. We are going to be experiencing a major solar eclipse. And I say major because this is a full solar eclipse. This isn't a partial, whereas a lot of times that's what we experience, either a partial lunar eclipse or a partial solar eclipse. And for those of you who tuned into last week's Monday or Moon Day message, you would have heard me already talking about the importance of, or where we were at between the worlds, if you will, as we just came down off of a lunar eclipse last, the full moon, which was not this past Friday, the Friday before. So we've been in this period of this window that we are beyond the old, but not yet in the new. And it has been a very, maybe uncomfortable for some, but for others, it might have felt like you're really soaring, flying. So it's okay, because where you're at is unique to your own individual experience. Excuse me. I'm going to start with my throat because we're doing a light language transmission today. The energy sensitive stuff, empathic stuff, has its perks, boy. All right, so if they'll ease up on that for a second here. Hi Tracy, welcome. All right, apologize everybody. So we've really had this, it just really depends upon where you're at on your own journey, and nobody's ahead of the game more so than others. It's everybody is at where they're at based upon their own individual timelines. And so for some people, it might have felt very uncomfortable because it's literally like, again, I talked last week about this squeezing and contraction, but also then at times it was like an expansion. So it was like being dunked down in water and pulled right back up, So it's like learn lessons really fast, integrate them, then come on, quickly move on to the next one. The reason for that is we're moving between these windows of eclipses. Again, full solar eclipse happening on Saturday or Friday, depending on where you are. It's ushering us to really break through and break down those old hindrances, those old patternings, energetic vibrations, karmic cycles, anything that is no longer serving you, what you're actually meant to be shedding and letting go at this time. So when this doorway comes, it's literally ushering us into a new era. And that doorway being that solar eclipse. So I heard it's like the soul fire. So it's really activating us and expanding us in a very powerful new way, which is going to bring us to this point of stepping beyond the known now. And so we'll be really able to start to see, envision, experience new pathways that weren't there prior. So there's a lot of focus on the eye right now, or, I guess it could trickle down into the third eye. But I don't think it's solely as limited to that. It's the eye of the universe and aligning us all with the eye of the universe, or at least that's what I'm feeling anyway. Hi, Allison. Welcome. No, I actually just started talking about the energy forecast. Also, those of you just popping in, I think I saw, no problem, Vicky. I hope that you can catch it back then. Let me see. Allison, Tracy, welcome, love. Okay, so I'm actually going to be doing a light language transmission today, so hang tight. If you can stay until the end. If not, it'll all be available on replay. Okay, so with that said, we're literally entering a new energy, a new energetic frequency as a collective. And again, yes, and individually, but, so it's going to obviously translate into events in your individual lives, or even thought patterns, perspectives. Again, I've been talking about this for like the last 2 moon days, where we're really being expanded beyond the known, the comfort zone, our old identity, to really break us down into the rawest, most primal aspect of ourselves, that shining diamond in the rough there, really being exposed, that we can really allow our true paths to be revealed to us, and also to really allow us to step more into our divine truths. And again, that's your own divine individual truth, but then again, truth in itself being illuminated across the board. So, this soul fire, the reason I'm talking about that with this solar eclipse coming up this weekend is literally that. It will look like the sun itself is surrounded by a ring of fire. And don't look at it. Just a disclaimer, I didn't tell you to look up. Don't look at that. Obviously for other reasons I'm not going to go into now. But it's in the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. At the same time, this is a new moon. So solar eclipses are literally like an amplified superhero new moon, if you will. So new moons are all about times of birthing the new, forward movement, new cycles beginning, just new endeavors all around, and planting the seeds for the new beginnings at the same time. So now take that on top of adding this soul fire and this alchemy that's really going to be casting its light intensely into the energy, into the collective, into the planet, for that kind of last bursting out and literally birthing of the phoenix, if you will. So it's in Sagittarius, Sagittarius being ruled by fire. Also, Sagittarius is represented by the archer, and that has actually been coming up quite a bit in, Diana, Artemis, those goddesses, a lot of readings that I've been doing, things I've been coming across. This is the season of Sagittarius. Therefore, that focus. Now, when you say the archer, think about what it takes to be an archer and to really have to kind of hone your focus in and really set your sights on that targeted goal, right? And then you're really having to have that precision, having to have that clarity of mind and focus. You're also having to have that poise, that being able to just completely remain poised. I almost feel like it's giving us this time of just having to take a deep breath in and hold. And as that happens, as we do this, there's so much alchemical magic occurring within to literally align our eye, our perspective, our consciousness into this new pathway or these new pathways, okay? It's interesting because it's going to be bringing a lot of light surrounding circumstances. We're talking about the eye and the focus of the eye here. It's interesting because Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter. Now, Jupiter, hey, lovely Meredith, welcome, gorgeous. Jupiter is actually, again, Sagittarius's planet. And so Jupiter, we all have heard about the eye of the storm on planet Jupiter, and that there's this massive eye that can be seen. Spiritually, Jupiter is known to actually be considered the eye of the universe. And it's also the planet of expansion. So it is, so that's why I keep, I've been saying I feel this expansion happening and then it contracts back in. It's almost like intensifying the pressure, like it's like the diamonds, and that intense heat that's needed, putting that pressure on so that you can expand. So it contracts you so you can expand again. So that's what's happening over these past couple of weeks, but very specifically, we're going to feel this very intensely this week. So that Jupiter expansion also brings in this being able to expand into the, kind of like bringing the light of the new, expanding beyond the known, also bringing in this new perspective of abundance and prosperity and luck and just magic and all of these beautiful things. So helping to really shift our perspective, I would say, beyond the chaos of what we've been experiencing into the light of the bigger picture, also of what is capable of being, of manifesting or anchoring, what is capable and what is really going on. There's a lot of distraction with that chaos and everything happening. So it's really important, I'm not condoning to be detached from everything, but I am condoning to not get sucked in and consumed, okay? To not allow yourself to be completely distracted and, really allow yourself to really, again, hone in with that focus, with that eye. And so at the same time, I feel like this happening, it's expanding our vision, which is going to allow truth. Now, you think of eyes, you think of truth. You think of seeing true, seeing clearly. It's going to help us be able to reveal truths that were not revealed before. So, that could happen in more simplistic terms, but it's also going to happen in bigger ways. As far as like revealing, soul pathways, revealing mass corruption that could actually shift the way that we perceive what's going on. And maybe perhaps that actually helps us to break free from any toxic, controlling patternings, belief systems, behaviors, relationships, jobs, you name it, anything that might be going on. So it's really going to allow us to see the light in a new way, all right? So at the same time, it's really going to help us have these new pathways that weren't, they might have been shrouded in darkness before because we weren't there yet, or maybe we had some stuff that we had to work through. These new pathways that are available to us, and to illuminate them for us, which allows us to plan differently, to experience differently, to accept different possibilities, if you will. So this eye opening is really, you got Sagittarius energy that's all about travel. Now that could be literal travel opening up. That could be actual, more metaphorical or spiritual, evolutionary travel, expanding beyond, again, the known and what you thought you were capable of. Also bringing about awareness to wisdom, higher education, also to your faith and belief and trust in the process, or belief in yourself and in your truth and what is true for you versus what is around you. So very, very powerful time where we as a collective, the planet, as well as in your own individual lives, you're going to see yourselves chemically altered. And I don't mean that in a way of like toxins. I mean that in a way that is like your chemical makeup being profoundly expanded and shifted into new depths, new dimensions in which you can embody. So when that happens, it can feel very tense. Some of you have mentioned you're feeling it, right? You're feeling the pressure. And if you're not feeling it now, it's a possibility that you might be at some point this week. So with that said, it is so important, because at the same time, light codes are coming in. That solar eclipse is already working with us. So these high frequency light codes are actually already coming in to assist in that expansion, to assist in the releasing of the illusion or the toxic or the what is no longer serving that's ready to fall away. So these light codes coming in are putting on the pressure. They are turning up the heat to create the necessary temperature for that alchemical shift. So as that occurs, it's so important for you to not fight it, not resist, to allow yourself as much space, as much time as you need. So when I woke up this morning, I actually suddenly felt incredibly groggy. I felt very low on energy. I felt very sleepy, like I could just go back and sleep for the day. And I thought, oh no, am I going to have to like cancel all my stuff I have for today? And there was a moment where I was meant to experience that so that I can, understand it and also share how it's going to be impacting us. And if I needed to, I would have canceled everything today because I understood what was coming in. I received a burst of light and a burst of energy that I could really be here and be present today also, because I'm bringing forward a light transmission. So that's beautiful in itself. But, it's important for you to listen and respect your boundaries, respect your body, respect your energy, in it knowing as well, or feeling, really start to listen to that. So take as much time that you need to rest, be fluid like water. You heard me in the beginning talk about how being in divine flow was really going to be important, very much about connecting into the flow of that fluid element of water as we've got fire coming in, right? So you want to kind of cool it down a bit with the element of water, and also allow yourself to move in flow. Just allow this energy to, I think I heard someone say, they worded it in a way that was like lean in. That makes perfect sense. Lean into the flow of energy versus resisting against it, because that's just going to make things much more difficult and challenging for you and potentially others around you. And obviously those around you that might be experiencing this, that don't have access to this information, there's your opportunity to share these messages. I feel like this light language transmission is going to facilitate all of that today, to assist it this week. And I also feel like it's going to help with all of you being able to carry this message without being able to even share it verbally, if that makes sense. It's like communicating through your energy field. So your energy field being able to maybe perhaps assist others with their going through, for example, think of your children, think of your spouses, think of your coworkers. So really just kind of tune into that And, you don't have to replay the message or re-listen to the light language transmission. It's there, and it's just tuning into that in it, knowing and feeling just allows it to kind of turn on, if you will, and just really be working through your auric field. Okay, if that's what you feel called to do. Obviously, don't have to do that. Hi, Laura. Happy Moon Day. Welcome. I'm going to go back and catch up on everybody's comments too. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. So yeah, turning up the heat. There's going to be lots of intensity, lots of events surrounding truth and truth unfolding, the breaking down of, I'm going to say the word corruption. That's what it felt like. Breaking down of corruption, false light, false beliefs, false truths coming up under the eye of the storm, and being shown to us in a way that allows us to make the choice to take a different path, and also to be able to now fully see that there is another way, that there is another option, that this path is, that there's, obviously more than one way to do things. And that maybe this other path wasn't, you now fully see like it wasn't right for you, and now you understand why. Okay. So yeah, you could already be experiencing feeling sleepiness, heaviness, obviously anxiety, stress, overwhelm. I've also been having some restless nights, but that's because I'm dreaming so intensely. So I wake up periodically throughout the night having completed one part of my dreaming, and then I enter into a whole new part of another dream. So I know there's a lot of people who actually do their meditative work and stuff during the day, which I do also. But for me personally, and I know there's a lot of other people who do a lot of their, how do I want to say, it's like their higher work, receive a lot of their downloads and messages. They actually do that in their dream state, and this is what we would call dream walkers or dream oracles. So there's going to be a lot of that, and then again during the waking day for those who meditate or connect, and it could also just be happening, at any time during the day, but lots of expansion occurring. So yeah, really feeling like take the rest when you need to, drink lots of pure water, spring water, obviously. Really, again, just if something feels heavy, let it go. Allow yourself lots of time in nature if possible. I know it's cold now in certain parts of the world. But even just sitting outside for 5-10 minutes all bundled up and just allow that sunlight to really kind of fill your auric field, that's really going to help as well. Another thing is kind of going back into that reminder that, during eclipses, they do tend to stir up some chaotic energy. Lunar eclipses, again, more emotional, whereas solar eclipses are more in the kind of like what's going on around you. And this is because it's essential for the opening up of the new, like the new pathway or the new doorways. So it's kind of like, it seems chaotic, although it's for a good reason. With that said, you don't want to be using that time. I know lots of people like to do their manifestations or charge their crystals under lights of new moon versus full moon. It's really not a good time to do any sort of charging or programming at that time. Even though it's still, a new moon, you'd be planting new seeds. It's time for new manifestations. Really just allow yourself to receive. That's the best way I can put that. Okay. All right. I also will say too, I've been having some lower back aching going on that I've noticed, which makes me feel like sacral chakra, root chakra area. Makes sense. Last week we talked about root chakra, our stability, our foundation shifting, cracking to let the light in. But at the same time, tune into that if you're experiencing anything, and, kind of ask what it is that your body needs, what your solar plexus needs, what your sacral needs, what your root needs. And then, maybe be working with crystals. Maybe it's some, again, some me time, some earth time, outside time, whatever it might be. But also if you feel like you might need to see an energy healer, absolutely do that as well, because that always helps with the shifting and removal of energetic blockage. Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel like it's energetic right now. especially for me where the location is very sacral chakra. Makes sense that last week we got the Shakti mudra. It was all about that primordial life force energy, the feminine aspect of and more primal energy coming in. So that actually is birthed through the womb. The backside to me is always the side where we receive. So could possibly be some receiving of upgrades. Obviously get something looked at if you feel it's, very unusual and it doesn't subside. But at the same time, it could also be these other things happening. So, okay, use your own discernment. Okay, I'm going to check out these comments real quick. Dawn says, I feel like I'm being tested to see how strong I am. Interesting word you said there, tested. Triggered, maybe. To push you beyond your comfort zone, absolutely. To not see how strong you are, but to push you into the full potential of your capabilities. Yeah, you are absolutely much stronger than you know. Okay, so deep breaths in and really kind of, all right, give me a minute, compose myself, and let me move through this. Okay, you got this, sister. And again, I'm really hoping this light language transmission does help with a lot of what we all have been feeling. I just want to go through these comments again real quick. Right. Mary says, I love you keep saying light. Every time you speak it, lights go off within me. Oh, I love that. Oh my goodness, love it. Activating those light codes, baby. All right, hopeful for good things this coming year. I'm incredibly hopeful, not just because that's just me. I love to, focus on the potential versus the lack. But at the same time, I will say, I'm an oracle and I don't know everything. I'm not, well, I guess we all are God goddess, right? But at the same time, I'm human. I don't know everything. So, take this how you wish to take this. But I will say I've been doing a lot of 2022 readings this year. And what I see in many people's readings is just absolute breakthroughs, absolute beauty of a new, really crossing new thresholds, I'll say. So I really do have a wonderful outlook when it comes to what is in store for us for 2022, okay? Hi, Donna. Welcome, lovely. I didn't even see you sneak in. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Happy Moon Day. Hi, Mimi. Welcome. That's exactly how I felt. I got back into bed for a bit. I almost did. I really did. I was like, oh no. And that's not like me. I really do not nap, which is probably not a great thing. When you need to, you need to. There are some times where you're just like, I can't even function. I just need to go to sleep, right? So, and lots of healing and restoration is occurring while we're sleeping. Slow motion. Lower back. Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm going to move it along and I'm going to get into the oracle message for the week. And I was unusually called to a deck I haven't worked with in a while. I've had the deck forever. I've probably worked with it here in the past, but it really does speak of, you can tell there's like some sort of a shift going on, because the deck that I was called to work with is Oracle of the Hidden Worlds by Lucy Cavendish. Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask you all, if you can, to just take a second to come into sacred space with me, to just, if able, to detach from your present moment and environment and just really come into yourself by closing your eyes. Take a nice deep breath. And if you can't do that, that's okay. Just really just breathe in through your nose and release that breath and feel yourself releasing all tension in your body. Any stress or any worries, just for the moment, be here with me. Dropping your mind down now into your heart space. Just breathing in All right. And at this time, we do ask for a divine message of guidance and insight into the coming week of November 29th, 2021, for the collective good and what we all most need to know. It is also broken down today to be an 11-11-5. Ooh, wow. Just do this for a second. I'm suddenly getting a lot of postnasal drip too, so I don't know if that's something that a lot of you are experiencing as they, again, third eye, especially when there's a lot of expansion occurring. I do notice that it does link into our sinus passageways. And so lots of that, once, as third eye is being expanded or cleared out, tend to notice an alleviation or a flow, if you will, in those sinus areas. So I'm not sure if that's also a symptom that a lot of people are experiencing, but it just suddenly came on with me. So heads up. So the card's a 37, and that's numerically a 10, and in the journey of tarot, 10s really, they bring about the finalization, something being fully completed in a way that is like, again, like you've arrived. You've gone through the entire, I want to say the word pass, which is a really strange word for me. You've gone through the entire pass as you needed to, and you've successfully completed it. So you're ready to level up. You're ready to expand. And that really does go in flow with that solar eclipse that we're going to be, or we already really are experiencing. But then again, if you broke that 10 down, it's the promise of the new. It is the number one, new beginnings, a rebirth, the birthing of the new you. Ones are all about the individual, but they are also about the one on that level of totality, of complete oneness. So that to me really speaks volumes about what this eclipse is facilitating as we are being propelled into a energetic, what's the word that I want? Resonance of that oneness. Also, we are completing something. So we're getting ready to move beyond this period that we've had to endure or experience. So, this is like it's like that situation or chapter or period was really meant to create a more harmonized, unified body of light, more of that oneness of us all, really coming together, that unity happening. And even if you might not see it by the distraction of the chaos that goes on around, know that it is occurring even if you don't see it. There is this level that because when things happen, they often happen in the higher timelines, in the higher realms or in the spiritual realms, and then they can be, little by little, they're fully anchored down into the physical. And at the same time, that happens through our determination, our hard work, and the work that we do on the self. The more we honor ourself, the more we love the self, the more we propel that, breakthrough, if you will, and the more that we do come together in that oneness, okay? So the more that we bring that energy together. So this new beginning, it is so perfect. It really couldn't be more perfect than that. The card is the mirror, and it says other lives, past lives, dimensional lives. Look at this card. Isn't this absolutely gorgeous? So to me, this is, obviously they're showing you this forest scene that is completely, it feels to me like this private sanctuary. Hey, Mandy. Welcome, lovely. There's a lot that you missed. If you're just popping in now, there's a lot that you missed that might be something that you really enjoy. So if you want to catch that back on the replay, you know it'll be there, but obviously divine timing. So you are here right when you need to hear exactly what is coming forward now, okay? So the mirror, you know, that you're in this place of sanctuary now. You know, I feel like we have we're being honored for the place in which we now stand, in which we now find ourselves, as we've gone through we have carried through not only the work of our individual karmic lives and cycles, but we've also carried through and helped to carry on the light, the torch, and clear the karmic patternings for those that have walked before us, our ancestors. And now we've come to this place upon the pathway where we are standing between the worlds. Literally this week, that's what we're doing. And as we stand between the worlds, we're allowed a glimpse at, it's like, again, you've heard me talk about this a lot, that 0 point. This is that point of every single thing, every moment, every timeline, every past life coming to 0 point. And you have this opportunity to stand in front of yourself and see yourself in the light of the divine. To see the truth of who you really are. To see the truth of all situations being presented. And to be able to choose the path forward based upon this new illumined vision. You also see yourself in a way that is worthy, that you know. It's one thing to hear you're worthy. It's one thing to say, well, I'm worthy. But do you really see, believe, know, feel that you are worthy? This is you seeing how truly worthy you are, how truly capable you are. And to see now what was behind you that may no longer be worthy of you. This is your right to choose. But also, I see this beautiful moment. It's almost like coming to a head, the epitome of everything that you have and we have been working towards coming full circle. And this is where you get to excel beyond. This is where you get to step into the light in a whole new way. So this is really going to give us, you know, if this can go into quantum leaping, you know, having that now opportunity to soar beyond, where I've talked about this in past weeks, where we have these pathways that are presenting themselves. And, you know, you've got this opportunity to stay on the old current, but then you also have an opportunity to break free. Here's the break free. This is the opportunity that you have to quantum leap beyond all of those cycles, patterns, situations that have seemingly hindered your path. Because within yourself, you've come to this space of peace. You've come to this space of awareness. You've come to this space of fully seeing that this journey, while it's all about the one, you are part of that one. You are the one, you see? So this journey is all about you. And it's about living life in that consciousness, in that space, if that makes sense. So I breathe deep because I really feel there's going to be a lot of decisions being made this week that, and even if not this week, it's the coming to that space of having to make some changes. And I feel like in the past they ordinarily would have been hard decisions. And don't get me wrong, they still might be not, you don't do it lightly. But it doesn't feel as hard anymore. It feels more, there is no other way. I have to do what I have to do for me. So it's such, I just cannot explain it any other way than really having this beautiful moment of liberation and almost like an ecstatic release. That's what I feel. All right, so I hope that makes sense. So, sometimes it's only within the stillness that these visions and illuminations can be revealed. I do feel like people are going to show themselves also this week. You're going to be able to see through the smoking mirrors, through the facades, and things are gonna come to light that are probably going to, they're that divine intervention that's helping you to see that the decision that you've already been feeling or coming to is absolutely which way you need to be moving, So, yeah, I do feel very much at peace though. So I don't know if you're picking that up while I'm talking. I'm just feeling this really beautiful calm come over me. And so I feel like that's where we are at as we make or come to these epiphanies, these decisions, done in this space of love. It's really, like I said, like you can look with the number 10, really looking at a situation with, I've come to the end of this journey. I've come to the end of the road. I've done all I can do here. I've learned all I can learn. And, you cannot remain the same. You can't stand still. Time stops for no one, right? Seasons keep on changing. They keep on moving. So that wheel is shifting, and it's asking us to step out, level up. Okay? I hope that makes sense to everybody. Hey, Teresa, welcome, lovely. Hi, Laura, welcome. Glad you ladies were able to make it. It's been quite an intense message so far today. So anything that you missed, it'll be there on replay for you all. Oh, thanks, Karen. Right, amen, aho, and so it is. All right, so I was thinking I was going to do the mudra, but apparently I'm going to do the light language. So it was a lot. It doesn't stop because now comes the light language. So I feel like that's to take this message to kind of help to integrate the message that just came forward, because when I received the guidance that I would be actually doing this light language transmission, I always want to understand why I'm doing this. What is it facilitating? And the messages that I received was clarity. So that goes into the eye to help us be able to better see things. Again, truth is a very controversial term, I guess, because again, like, what is true? What is truth, right? Everybody's truth and perception is different, but at the same time, what is true for you? What is true on a bigger level at the same time? So this is helping to release the illusions, releasing any kind of like deceit going on, is helping us, it's giving us the clarity to see through those things, which is then going to better help us focus on the new, help us begin to plan and set those intentions going forth after this, okay? The other thing that I actually said that it was going to be facilitating was healing the heart again, and that comes through almost all the time with my light language transmissions, which I'm not surprised, as a lot of my work is actually working with the pink ray and the ray of divine love. So it's actually helping to empower self-love within. And again, when we are, everything that I just talked about with the Moon Day part of the message was really about us choosing us, that this is really about, what is good for you now, and loving yourself enough to do what you need to do for yourself. Okay. That makes sense. So releasing illusion of assisting with bringing that sense of vision and clarity in. And also, again, to me, that's helping to, I felt this whole, oh God, what's the words that I want here? Sometimes words just don't come through because I don't have them. It's more of a consciousness, if that makes sense. Like I want to just project to you what I want to say. It felt it more in the calming of the turbulent waters. Okay, I see that actually happening as well, where that stormy energy that comes up, again, that lack of energy, all of those things that we just talked about, again, with the energy forecast, I feel like this is actually going to help to bring some renewal in at the same time, to recharge and help to restore a little bit at the same time. So, all right. So, oh, wonderful, Dawn. Yeah, Rosemary, I love that. Thank you for saying that. Seeing the truth that we have hidden from ourselves, or that we weren't able to even see because, if we had all the answers, we'd never do the work, right? And the work is the essential part of the magic and the alchemy sometimes. So, what we weren't able to see until now, but the reason that we're able to see it is because we have done the work, is because you've made it thus far in your journey, you see? So congratulations to us all, okay? All right, with that said, I'm going to, hi Lori, welcome. Got lots of Loris tuning in tonight. Love you all. Hi Maria, welcome. All right, so just going to bring us into this kind of in-between state, if you will, and then I'll bring forward that light language transmission. So the way that this works is if you are open to receive, all you have to do is state that you are open to receiving the light language transmission coming through for your highest and greatest good. You can put that in the comments. You can say that out loud. You can say that to yourself, whatever works for you. Okay? All right, everybody. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you release the breath, blow it through your mouth. Again, dropping that awareness into your heart space. The feeling yourself begin to sink slowly into the heart of the earth beneath you. Take another deep breath in. And as you release, you sink lower and lower into the arms of Mama Gaia. Feeling yourself become weightless, completely surrendered, much like that of a babe within the arms of your mother. Again, nice deep breath in. And release. Feeling your body begin to mold into the earth, merging with roots from trees around you as they create a restorative blanket around you, infusing your body with their restorative light, with their restorative energy, completely encompassing you now, feeling the energy pulse and move through your entire being as Mama Gaia cradles you close to her heart. And just breathe nice and slow. Mira shotokinot erat ekeshet mir kinyar ashat imar boroko shat irat euro nokirat Marakina shati irat eniot oshat imer. Varakiniot oshat imaniot ur. Barashakinariot okina. Verakashat irak inar. Dat iramat esh it iman. Herat ikeshat ikatunuriat Mish alak irak nima at Ishina ek ina. Wuhurak it Mahana erat ishat imut Veshanil no kishar. Borat una it Mashat irat imen. Ahana I ashat at urak inir. Bat ayat unin. Dishitik niarok ir. Ba'uk at ishat omar at Bo'ud ayat at Muraniat erashit ikanio. Ahara Verak urot ishit imaniat ot Dihana erat ish ima it Muk ish it dunar ish ar. Take a nice deep breath in. Again, completely surrendering into the arms of the mother. Releasing. Hold. Yahart isharat uhat ayut Maniat otashit imek Varota yatatishat ar. Maruketiniar utishit imen. Mahana mushit Veratit kat ishit mit yat mat Nariat otiashat iknia ot ayat imar. Voronariat otashimir. Muraniat oketir tirat It ushi ani an. Uraniot oketir. Mushati kenir. Ak ashala irat eramat Imak orat urinyan. Vratika shatiti ihir. Mu ishar. Murariot otitas miken. Erenok eshim. Amen. And just take a nice deep breath in. And release. And so it is. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come on back to the here and now. Feeling the arms of the mother release you back into the light, back into the world. Feeling renewed, restored, regenerated. And so it is. I want you to bring your hands up to the center of your chest, crossing them over your heart chakra. And I want you to send this feeling that you are having now after this transmission. Send it into your heart. Send it into your being. And tell yourself how much you love yourself. I love you. You are worthy. You are divine. And so it is. Take me a minute to come back. Whew, it was intense, and I don't know about you, but I feel all glowy and very warm. Ooh. Oh, Rosemary, love you. Rosemary says, I felt like two different energies that came through. Yeah, yes, it did. And I felt the shift come in. It was after our breath, and I heard hold, which meant you're not done yet. So, yes, beautiful. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Karen. I'm so happy that you all enjoyed it. I do hope that it does assist you throughout the week. Oh, I feel like happy tears. Oh, good, Allison. Good, good. Release that love, those emotions coming through your body. Let it go. Let it out. You can listen to this multiple times throughout the week, as much as you need. Like I said, some people, you personally may not need to, but it's not going to harm anything by doing so. So if you feel called to, absolutely follow that call. I cannot believe that we're about to bring in a mudra on top of all of this. So with that said, let me get into it. Just a really brief rundown. I'm working with a deck called Mudras for Awakening the Five Elements by Mendez-Magickal. This is a wonderful deck to start to help people to work with mudras that have never worked with them before. Even if you have worked with them before, it's a really great way to receive a mudra of the day that really will help for what you most need at this time. Mudras are very, very ancient healing tools that are really enabling us to facilitate our own power, our own expansion, our own healing, and removal of blockages. The word mudra itself is Sanskrit and does translate to the word seal. And with that said, we are actually forming seals, energetic seals, that when we form mudras with our hands, we are activating our palm chakras. You probably saw me doing mudras because my hands just tend to go right into them while I do light language. So we're actually activating these seals with our hands and our palm chakras. Our fingers are also connected to the five elements, so they act as activators. So when we form a mudra, each mudra works with one or more energy center or chakra within our body. Now, depending upon the mudra that you're working with, it will channel energy into that chakra or chakras, which will then facilitate that flow of life force pranic energy throughout your meridians, throughout your energy centers, feeding that life and that breath of life, I should say, and that light out into your energy bodies, or the many layers that we have, such as physical, emotional, mental, and our spiritual. And so that does help to really kind of alleviate or break down energetic blockage within those layers, also to alleviate physical ailments that you might actually be suffering from, maybe some physical discomforts. And again, helps to expand consciousness to bring in that move us towards eventual enlightenment. So incredibly powerful. These have been being used for thousands of years. They are still very widely used. The reason that I use them during Moon Day messages is to facilitate the activation, growth, or healing that is most needing to occur for us at this moment in time, is specifically linked into the messages that came forward for the Moon Day message this week. So, or the energetic alignments, like I said, with that big old solar eclipse that we have on Saturday. So when these come forward, again, sometimes there is a caution with them, as they do trigger energy directly into those centers. And if you already have some sort of ailment on your physical body in some area, if we pull a mudra that links into that area, it's going to channel energy directly into that center, which means that it could create aggravation and irritation. So if there is a caution with the mudra, I will let you know that in advance. This way you could choose whether or not you want to work with it on your own, to use your own discretion and your own discernment there. But with that said, I will pull the mudra, explain it to you, and then we will do the mudra together here. I will take a photo of it and post it on my page so that you can save it to your device and work with the mudra all week long. Okay. I hope I covered everything, because that was a really quick rundown of what mudras are and why I work with them. Hello, Jake. Welcome, and thank you for being here. The Moon Day message and the energy forecast for the week is all available on replay once the live is done airing. Okay. All right. So with that said, calling in a mudra that wishes to come forward for the collective good for this week of November 29th, 2021. Okay. Whoa. So we got two, and I'm going to give them both to you because I feel like they're both obviously important. So the first one is the Varuna Mudra, and it is for the purpose of healing. Look at that. Okay, so we'll be doing this one together. I'll go over this really quickly. It is for inner nourishment, suppleness, and fluidity. There's that word that was mentioned in Moon Day and the energy forecast. It directs breath to sacrum, lower back, and pelvis. Look at that for those of us who have mentioned having some lower back aches today. It assists in urinary system issues, releases tension, and enhances circulation in the pelvis. It strengthens kidneys, bladder, and the lymphatic system. Its element is water, so all about that fluidity. And I'll tell you how to do this in a second because I want to go over the next one, which is the Vayu Mudra, and it is expansion. So, healing for expansion. Completely like sums up the entire message today, right? It assists with lightness, ease, and appreciation. It directs breath to the heart, chest, and ribs. It assists the nervous and respiratory systems, instills a sense of lightness and ease in the body, opens the subtle heart. Look at that. Brought that energy to our heart, didn't we? It's all about that self-love. It's connected to the element of air. So with that said, we'll do the first one. So showing it to you again. You're going to bend. Oh, there are no cautions with either one of these. And I just want to also give a shout out to my beautiful soul sister of light, Angie Walters of Crystal Essence Healing, who when she tunes in on the replays actually shares a bit more information than even the books provide, as she works much more thoroughly with mudras than I do. So she likes to give us a little bit of that added insight, if you will. And we are always so grateful and appreciative for you, Angie. So thank you for that. So stay tuned in the comments as she'll either get them tonight or maybe tomorrow, depending upon when she sees this, okay? All right. And if you haven't liked her page already, Crystal Essence Healing, please do so. All right, so you're going to bend your right pinky finger towards the base of your right thumb, okay? So literally like that. You're going to extend the other fingers of the right hand. Then you're going to lay the back of your right hand onto the palm of your left hand and allow the left fingers to wrap around the right hand with the left thumb securing your right. Okay? So super simple. I'll say that again. It just seems a little bit more complex. So you're going to take your right pinky finger and bend it down and kind of hold it with your thumb in place. Okay? Get your 3 fingers up. You're going to turn this so that your palm is facing down. Place it in your left hand. Curl your fingers and thumb over so that I cannot show you the other way, so that you are securing it in place. All right. Then you're going to place your hands to rest in your lap. All right. And close your eyes. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. And release. I just heard we're opening those primordial waters and getting them flowing. Interesting. Take another nice deep breath in. And release. Last time, take a nice deep breath in. And release. And you can state, my natural breath flows in calm and healing waves. My natural breath flows in calm and healing waves. My natural breath flows in calm and healing waves. And so it is. We're going to move on to the next one. This is really calming. Great one for this week. This one, also pretty simple. You're going to bend the index on each hand, the index fingers on each hand, inward to touch the base of the thumb, okay? To touch the base of the thumb. Wrap the thumbs over the index fingers. And then you're going to extend the middle ring and pinky fingers straight outward. It's like we're expanding them, right? And then you're doing this with both hands, by the way. Rest the backs of the palms on your thighs, palms facing up, okay? Take a nice deep breath in and release. Again, breathe in and release. Last breath, breathe in and release. And you can state, lightness and compassion awaken my highest truth. Lightness and compassion awaken my highest truth. Lightness and compassion awaken my highest truth. And so it is. And you can open your eyes, come on back to the here and now, and whoa, how amazing they fit in to the messages that came forward for the week, right? So that's the Moon Day message for the week, everyone. It's quite a potent one. Thank you all so very much for being here with me and tuning in this week. And for those of you who are even watching back on replay, sending you all so much love and light as we move through the energies this week. And I wish you much success in all of these new endeavors coming forward. All right. Take care, everybody.